How to get a demon out of someone. This is probably the strangest video I've ever made, but it's also first-hand testimony because I saw it done. One of my magic teachers showed me how they removed the demon from a man about 20 years ago in New York, and it works, it's real. It's how I captured that entity that the video I have about, and it's you don't need a Catholic priest, but you do need Jesus Christ sometimes, and you do need angels. And I'll tell you why as the course of this is going on. This is not a Middle Ages. I don't know what demons are. All I know is I've seen them and they're real. Well, I've seen one. It tried to kill me. I don't know if it was projected by me, created by my psychology. I'm open to all these things. If it was a delusional aspect, if it's an entity from another reality, if it's whatever it is, fairies, demons, jinns, they are real. That's the end of it. As far as I'm concerned, I don't care if you believe it or not. Move to the next video or go to another channel. But and for anyone else who's still interested, here's a modern demonologist method of capturing a demon that's inside a person who either stupidly, through stupid magic. This is going to be very popular from all these idiots who try to put a hex on Trump. They're all going to be demon possessed. A lot of them are going to be demonically possessed now because they're playing Harry Potter magic. So you may actually find that you'll need to do this on these people. I take no responsibility for this. This is you do it. If you do it, it's totally on your own. If you do something stupid or something like that, or you have a nervous breakdown, or the demon goes into you, it's your fault. I'm telling people not to do this. Okay, not to do this. The person who taught me was a high magician. Well, showed me was a high magician. From a New York coven, and knew exactly what he was doing, and his wife who was with him, so basically, you have a demon inside you, and someone has a demon. How do you get them out? Well, calling a Catholic priest is no use, because what the Catholic priest does is they remove the demon through exorcism, or the entity through exorcism, or the fairy through exorcism. That's very common in Ireland. And what happened in the old days? And what happens is that thing is released into the world, so just find somebody else. You've got to capture the entity, and you've got to entrap it forever, entomb it for all the time. Now, because the demon is not subjected to the space-time reality of this world, time passes very different for them. Often it passes much slower. They're at a much higher speed. That's why, or much slower speed. People have been depending on the entity, like Irish people who go to the fairy world, say that the fairies move at a much faster pace. So that's why they go away for a few years and come back old men, but they've gone 300 years, 400 years. The story of the children of Lear, Tyrn and Og, the same kind of idea. Their space-time reality for outside these entities or wherever they are, and that psychic reality, world of daimonic reflections, is very different space-time than here. So there's no cruelty in it because the entities are immortal, and eventually they will be released back into the reality. And so the first thing you've got to do is identify what kind of entity it is. Now, suppose it's a jinn. Jinns are very attracted to diamond. You will use a diamond. If it's a fairy possession in Ireland, gold is used, or in the Celtic world, gold is used because they're, giving me gold. That's all true. That's what they're into. The gold that's what the gold at the end of the pot of the rainbow, at the end, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow means. The same with gold, bling, anything that may attract them. This is why altar boys carry the incense repels them as well. You have to have really good incense burning at the same time, not the cheap shit from the fucking the discount store. The real stuff, good stuff, handmade stuff, the demons all follow the bishops in the Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church because he's full of diamonds and golds and stuff like that. It's also why the tops of mosques are all decorated in mosaics and beautiful colours, so the jinns will go up there and not attack the parishioners down below, although it does happen. The incest is to ward them off in the Catholic Church. Now, that's beside the point. So basically how it's done is you get a glass jar and you have a lid. The best kind of jar is the one that has the flip lid, but you can do it with a screw-on lid, but that takes a little bit longer than a quick shut. Okay, so what you do is you find out what kind of entity it is. I'm not going to go into a big thing about demonology, but basically each demon has a symbol that's attracted to it. If you're talking about like something along the lines of the Goetia, it will have a specific symbol or sigil that attracts that demon. The Star of David is a very good one. It seems to attract call them, as does the pentagram, either inverted or inverted or upright. In the center of that, you would place a diamond ring, the gold coin, the bling that's attracted to the thing. You then have to inflict pain onto the person who's possessed. You will put a tea light candle in the little metal. You know, a tea light candle comes with a little aluminium thing. The person will be stripped down to their underpants, tied all fours to a bed. Okay, left there for about 24 hours alone. So they processed all they're emotionally kind of in a hyper state. Now they remember they'll have to sign a legal disclaimer and everything for this. You come in, you put the tea light on their solar plexus or on their stomach. If they're an overweight fucker like me, you put it on the belly. You put it on the solar plexus. If they're thinner, you can put it on the stomach. You get the sigil with the gold ring or the stuck on a piece of paper in the end of the jar on the very top. So imagine it's upside down. The sigil with the bling is up here. You put the tea light on, and then you put the jar on. What happens then is the tea light burns the oxygen out of the jar and sticks the jar to the person's stomach in a vacuum. Okay, then the person starts to feel pain from the tea light and also the vacuum. And then you might go around slapping them or hitting them or doing something to somehow cause them harm. I'm not talking about physically dangerous harm, but something that makes them feel frightened. Remember, they're tied up on all four legs, two arms, they're tied down. They begin screaming, they get all freaked out. You tell them then you've already told them that they have to scream out the name of a higher demon. Now Christians are going to find this very offensive, but they tell them to scream out Jesus Christ, scream out the name of the Archangel Michael, because lesser demons are terrified of higher demons, because higher demons can absorb their energy and suck them in to become part of them. So they will try to make a quick escape, but they'll also see the bling in the top of and the sigil in the top of the jar. They'll make a dart for that, and what you will see as soon as that happens, what you will notice is the second you will see right before the candle goes out, it will suddenly light up from the energetic discharge from the entity leaving. You immediately slam the bottom of the jar close, take it to a beach, dig a 6-foot hole in the tidal area when the tide has gone out, and bury it deep under the sand and forget about it. And that's how you do it. I know it sounds stupid, I know it sounds crazy that people don't believe in this stuff. I saw it done. The man was cured. He didn't have the psychiatric problem anymore. Some psychiatric problems are indeed problems caused by neurological issues, but things like schizophrenia and delusional psychosis, I'm sorry, there's often something else or someone else inside the person, and that's what they call a demon or an entity, which I don't know what it is, but I just know it exists. And I know this warlock showed me how to do it. It worked, and that's the end of it.